All right. So, as followers of this channel probably know, lately I've been playing the winners of the Scrabble Go International Fan Group on Facebook. They hold tournaments regularly. And as a bonus for those winners, I've been playing an extra bonus round that I record and post to YouTube. But the moderators of that group do an amazing job. They work really hard to put these tournaments on, and there's a great idea that maybe I could do the same for some of the moderators in the group who are playing smaller tournaments amongst themselves. And the winner of those tournaments will also get the ability to play me in a game which I will capture and put onto YouTube. So, Rae Lentz, the winner of the first of those mod tournaments, we're going to have a mod battle video where the two of us will play a game. And you can see her average score is 33, only two lower than mine. So this could be a tough task for me. She starts out playing Durl for 10 points, which, given her average move score of 33, I'm going to consider that a win, that she wasn't able to bingo or play something worse than that. Okay, so I've got two H's here and a U and a Y. None of those are particularly great. I'm imagining that maybe I'm going to want, maybe I'm going to want to put an H here. A U would go there nicely, but I really don't think I have a way to hit that area very hard. Unfortunately, I'm feeling like this is probably among the higher scores I can get here. 25 points. I could put the Y there instead. Putting the Y here is a little risky because it puts an A hook and an N hook. Nya and Aya are both valid. I really don't want to do those plays, but do I have, is there something maybe ending with LY? Probably not. Yeah, I'm not really excited by either of these plays, really. Even Ha has the problem of just making really easy overlaps on top for high scoring tiles, but I suppose the saving grace of these plays is that it's clear that if Rae had a high scoring play, a high scoring tile, she would have played it instead of the low point tiles of Durl. So I guess that's maybe slightly less likely that she has a nice consonant to fit there going across, but is it possible that I should just play duh here? Keeping this a little bit more like these tiles are not going to bingo very much, but they are going to score well for me next turn, and maybe that's the way I'm supposed to go here. I don't know. I'm not sure. That's a lot of points to give up. I think I'm just going to play Ya and hope for the best, I guess. Thuya? Is it worth me playing Thuya? 18. Well, that's interesting. So if I were to play Thuya instead, it's 18. It's significantly fewer points, but it keeps just HI on my rack. Compared to, so that was 18 points. This would be 25 points, a 7-point sacrifice. I think it's possible that this leave really is that much worse for a couple reasons. The first is that I'm making such an easy hook here. Any bingo with an A in it is going to play after that. Whereas Thuya, surely Rae is going to have some bingos through the T or the H or the U sometimes, but ultimately it doesn't really give back. This scoring spot is not super easy to hit. I actually have one of the better letters that fits in this spot, in the H. So maybe I'm supposed to do this. I don't know. I'm going to do it in the interest of time. It's already been 4 minutes. 4 minutes is the intro of this video, so Okay, so no, we won't do that right now. So I drew pretty good letters except for this Q. So obviously I'm gonna pray that. Oh well, actually I have this as a backup if it doesn't get blocked. So I have Kadi here for 34. Um, I guess also Chi right here is available for 35. So that's pretty good. And maybe there might be some play if this is the best that I have here of something like risque. That's not better than the others because it uses up my S. So I should between the two Q spots, I should be able to burn my Q on my next turn. But I gotta hope that Rae doesn't have anything any better than what I just played, which I'm a little worried that. After a play like Durl, she kept 3 good letters, and I could be seeing a bingo here. So we'll see what she plays next. Okay, we got to move here. A lot of points. A lot of points. Oh, it's the Z. Okay, so that blocks my Q spot here. Let me close this. So I'm pretty sure that's going to force me to play this here of Kadi. I cannot imagine where else I'm supposed to play the Q. Again, I think we're just going to go ahead and do this. Of course, as always, it's worth imagining. Do I have some place to set up? Actually, okay, 34 points. It's worth considering this for 38, but the thing about Kadi here is that once I play this, the S gets so powerful, right? By keeping the S on the post-Kadi board, the Durl's hook is super strong if I happen to draw something there. Obviously, the Y in this sleeve, if I didn't have this Y, ESHR, HERS, however you want to say it, is a really strong leave. But because the Y is in the mix, I'm not very likely to get a bingo. But if I manage to do so, I'm going to be able to play it a lot with these two S hooks available. So we like that. Let's play this and see what we draw. So we drew, oh my God, I got one. Look at that. It's going to play in a couple spots. Sheerly. So that's lucky, folks. So now at the very least, I would be hard pressed to imagine Rae being able to block both locations of this because I managed to draw an L. That was the key there. The L pairing with the Y so well and setting me up to play this word in a couple different directions that are going to be very difficult for Rae to block at once. So let's see if she manages to do that. It's not impossible that she will block both spots, but I am hopeful to bingo next turn here. Okay, let's see what Rae has done. She plays Opt. So I have my two Sheerly spots. I think the Caddy's hook scores quite a bit more points than anywhere else that I can play this word. So we're going to do that. I don't think there's much to think about here. Let's do it. Okay, so I'm striking with the first bingo. That's always good to do. And let's see what we draw. All right. Liking what I'm seeing here. So we got an X and a blank, two things you like to see. It is going to be, this is a word, but unfortunately, unlike a lot of the words with fix in them, that's not a word. So it's possible that I'm going to have to come up with something else. I wonder if there is something here. It's possible that burning the blank here might make some sense. Yeah, I don't know. It would really need to put the X in this spot, which I don't think is happening. So I think this is probably a situation where I'm somewhat reliant on Rae's next play, wherever that is, to figure out where I'm going to play. I guess I also shouldn't shouldn't discount the possibility of some crazy play down from Zio at some point. Got to make sure I think of that. Very unlikely, but in those instances, oops. But in those instances where a play like that exists, it would be pretty game breaking. So, yeah, I don't really have a great. I guess if I had to play on this board, I would probably play something like Flicks here, which is very uninspiring. But TND blank at least can turn into a bingo some of the time. So, okay, we'll just have to see where Rae plays on her next turn. Okay, it's time for another turn. Hoping for some help from my X here. And there's maybe a decent place for it now. So that's 36. I mean, leaves me no vowels at all. Maybe there's... I don't think there's an 8-letter word through this A. Obviously, with so many consonants, I'm looking for the vowels. I just got 2 vowels out in open space in the A and the E, but I think there's just 2 kind of clunky of letters for there to be a bingo here, I don't think. Okay, so there's actually a bunch of different ways to go here. I think probably this is among the highest scores that I can get here. That gets off an extra consonant from the rack at a cost of a lot of points. I had this play that I was considering before. It's 23. Actually, it plays here too. That's going to score a bunch more. 30. This might be the intermediate play that I need here. Actually, it's not a terrible score compared to this. Only 6 points less, and it gets 2 extra consonants off the rack. I had also identified this as an idea. 28 points. You know, this play is looking a little better to me than it did before, simply because now I have this E here. I have this wide open E. The A, maybe I can get a word ending in ANT or something, but the E is a great combination letter with the D, N, and T, and it's not super likely that the E is going to get fully blocked after I play Flicks. So the DNT combination with the blank, all I need is maybe even one more vowel, and I'm going to bingo through that E. I think the N probably helps bridge the gap between the D and T, which don't work super well together. The N feels like it's kind of a nice improvement there. But I think ultimately it's so subtle that I should probably just take these extra points, leave the L and Y open. Maybe I'll get lucky there. The next play after infix, if Rae has an I or a U, it's going to be right here. Well, she has to have precise consonants too, but it's not that easy to have a play there. But the odds are pretty good that on Rae's next play, something's going to come down alongside and fix to get those extra points for the X with an overlapping play, and those plays will obstruct the E of engage, which is really what I'm banking on, right? So if I want to play ending in ED, that's going to get blocked by the next play after and fix. Whereas if I play Flicks here, I think my E of engage is going to stay open more of the time. So I'm wondering if maybe positionally it might be worth the 2-point sacrifice here. I probably bingo a small amount more by keeping the N as opposed to playing it with infix here. And so not only does this leave bingo more, I'm also going to bingo more because this E is going to remain unobstructed more often, I think. This is kind of I don't know about this one. This is kind of weird. Let's just go back to this original higher scoring play. Maybe I need to chill. Maybe I need to realize that I'm the one that has a 40-point lead and the second blank. And actually, maybe the correct thing for me to do here is to simply keep the board nice and closed and for me to actually block my own E that I'm shooting for. Because, yeah, it's great. I'm going to bingo through it a lot. But it's more threatening to me when Rae bingos here because I'm the one with the lead already. So this is tempting. I guess this has a nice. If I do draw an E, I have the possibility of playing deft here for a really high score after this play. I'm gonna go with this actually. This is I mean, I feel like if I woke up on the other side of the bed, I might play in fix here just because I'm the one with really good tiles, but I'm gonna go ahead and just play a little bit more closed here. And by which I mean blocking these new tiles that engage placed out in space. And let's just see if I get a vowel or two. Okay, no vowels, but that's okay. Do I have? I mean, I guess I have tinned here if I need it. That's not very good. 16 points. It's probably might be a situation where I have to burn my S here. Maybe I should. Maybe I'm supposed to play fest or best. I don't think so. Maybe gift. So either way, just seeing the. Oh, I have an interesting play here though. Let's see how much this scores. 29. That's kind of nice. So I have some plays that will potentially get me out of this consonant overload, but that's the downside of a play like Xi is if I draw two consonants, I'm regretting it, but if I drew two vowels, I would be feeling really smart right now. So it's all relative. Have to try to evaluate the play based on the decision you made at the time, not what you draw. So anyway, things are still pretty good for me in this game, and we'll see what Rae does on her next move, I guess. Wow, I took forever on this move. I got to speed up for the rest of the game, I think. Okay, so by now, you guys know I forgot to turn my microphone on the previous play, but that's okay. Let's just see what we have here. Quake is played. Ooh, man, that's tough because it's such a nice hook in this spot that I can't really use. It also somewhat blocked this spot right here. I don't think there's going to be any way to fit a play in there. So it might be down to just a play like this. Again, that's not very exciting. BGS is really not ideal. Also, the Durrell's hook was just obstructed quite a bit here. I'm actually feeling like now this play might be better, even though it scores a lot less, just because having both the D and the S in hand makes it a little bit more likely that I can actually hit a bingo with a Quakes or Quaked hook in it. DGS is really no better than BGS though. And it is a pretty big sacrifice of points here. 16 compared to much lower. So, okay. I'm going to go ahead and do this anyway. Let's just see what we get. Okay, I should be able to figure something out here. Something like beigest, that will fit. Biggest. The obscure word biggest that took me longer to find than beigest. So there is that available here among possibly other things. Maybe something to the E. Anyway, I probably do need to figure out an option other than this hook because the odds are pretty good that Rae is going to play in that spot. So let's see. If she does, maybe I'll have another tile to work with. Trying to figure out if I have something to this E. Looking for that. Bee sting. Beignets. I don't know. Might not be there. Also, if I could find something with 7 letters ending in a vowel, that would be nice to play in this spot too. But again, I'm not 100% sure there's going to be something here. So we may be down to hoping that the Quakes hooks stay open next turn. So let's hope for the best. Okay, got another move. Let's see what we got. Okay. June. That blocks the spot that I was hoping to play biggest, but it definitely should give me some other stuff. Certainly, I think Beigeiest is good through this E. Oh, wait, I had said Bee Sting before. So that could be reasonable. I mean, I guess. So for this, the G in the triple lane in that spot is not super, super dangerous. Let me just see. Oh, like Bulgiest doesn't quite fit. Buggiest. Yeah, the U probably wants to be that second letter of the 8-letter words that have this. Yeah, so basically, Beigeiest would not hit a double word score, but it would be slightly more defensive. Given the lead I have, it might be worth it. So that's, wow, it's a lot. It is a lot fewer points. I think I'll take the points here. Gleebiest? No, Bee Sting is probably better. Bee Sting is better. I'm gonna do this just because, like, you're probably saying, why would he open a triple triple if he doesn't have to? And the answer is, those extra 10 points is actually a lot. Like, you could imagine situations where Rae bingos twice, and in those situations, I might be very happy to have the extra 10 points. All I have to do is dodge the triple triple through the G. The first blank is already on the board right here with engage. I'm playing the second one. So if she was going to hit me through the G, she would need to have a natural triple triple bingo through a G in third position, and that is just really quite unlikely. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. And you just tip your cap if she happens to have that play. So we'll see what I draw. Not super good of a draw, but that's okay. Again, you're okay with these draws when they happen when you've got a nice big lead. Let's see, what could I imagine playing here? I've only got these 2 vowels. I have a very unappealing rack here. There's nothing really there. It's going to be hard to fit. I mean, I'm certainly not seeing anything that makes me very excited here. I guess something like this is all right because I really do want to use up at least 1 W. That's worth 20 points. That's there has to be something better than that. I don't necessarily see it just yet. Oh, maybe there's something here? No, I don't think so. These letters are too bad for ing to be any good. But at least, again, getting a rack like this when you're already up is definitely the timing that you want to have. So we'll see what I do next turn. It's probably not going to be pretty. So let's hope for the best. Okay, let's see. New move here. And it is Cogito. Nice play. Okay, so that makes a spot for the W, I guess. If I was going to play something here, I'm sure it would be Wive for 31. The only issue with this play, obviously, is that it opens up the triple lane for a pretty easy bingo. That being said, with this rack, what else? I had my previous hopeful play of Venue just blocked. I guess I could play Vibe for 30. Maybe that's a little better positionally. I don't know. I think this is still a pretty good bingo lane. Like, it's not going to score nearly as much as plays to the triple will score after this. But the nice thing is the V protects this triple word from being used. And of course, this was already a good lane for sevens. This is just pumping it up a little bit in value. So it's not as if I'm creating a bingo lane that didn't already somewhat exist on the board. So we're going to play Wive and hope for some vowels. And got some vowels. That's all I'm looking for. So the nice thing about Wive is if I'm just able to play something, now that I have two vowels, well, I had two vowels before, but basically if I can find a play, which may not exist actually, I need a 5-letter word starting with a vowel. Like if you imagine that this would be a word. Now I've closed the new line I've created. Unfortunately, I did not, I don't think, draw anything there. So it may be that next turn I'm playing something like Flown to sort of officially close down the board quite a bit here. Only 20 points, but leaves decent combination behind. Yeah, it's just a kind of an awkward set of letters. Anything here? Almost like Newfound. That would be great. If I had an E, I would play Newfound here. Wound. Yeah, don't think there's anything. What's maybe there's something here. Probably not. Again. So just kind of a weird situation, but I'm up by a fair margin, so I think I'm still feeling pretty good here. Okay, another turn. Let's see. Okay, nice play. 32 points to the triple, but it does sort of solve my problem for me of the lane that I just created on the previous turn with Wive. So I now don't have to worry about that. But what do I do? That's a little trickier. Something like that, it's not available. I guess I could do this. If I could play any word from this rack, it would be flown. There is a place to do that here, I guess. 20. I guess that's all right. Yeah, I think that's better than this other play, which doesn't score very much better and it leaves some kind of clunky consonants. So I'll just go ahead and do this. Am I missing something better? I mean, obviously I would like to play up here, but it keeps too many consonants. Um, and I don't have a 5-letter word that I see that ends in a vowel that's going to let me play there. So I think I have to just play flown and hope for something better. Let's do it. Okay. Um, when I leave AN, I drew baby AAB or something. So at the very least, I have something like this, which is going to score quite a lot if it stays available. 35 points. BAA is not super good. I gotta remember to keep looking at stuff through Zoo as well. You never know when you might get something. Um, Also, just Baba. Oh, this is actually 27, leaving a really nice balanced leave. So I should have some options uh, next turn here. Okay, another turn here, and the score is much closer. So that means Rae has bingoed, and there you see nervules. Okay, so I'm now, after being solidly ahead for most of the game, I now have some concerns here. But let's just look at the pool. So the unseen tiles are not super good. For me, I feel like after my next play, I'm probably going to be okay unless Rae has another bingo. And you can see there's no E's left. The E is really the best vowel for bingoing, and there's also a lot of duplicate tiles, which are really bad for bingoing. So the odds of Rae having drawn either multiple I's or O's or maybe the two A's are pretty good. And just looking at the overall count of consonants and vowels, you can see that it's 8 vowels between the A's, I's, and O's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 consonants, which what that basically means to me is looking at this board, this G isn't a threat because I have the last N. I think I really should be okay if I just play something like Baba here. It's going to be very difficult for Rae to bingo after this. It's going to have to basically be something ending in A. There's almost nowhere else on the board. Again, this G, not a threat really because the I's that are in the pool are not accompanied by any N's here. If there were N's, that might be different. But okay, so what I think I will do is play, and just for the record, there is a very very tiny nuance. I could play ABBA as well, but I think it's probably in a vacuum, it's slightly likelier to have bingos ending with A and then another letter than it is with B and then another letter. So basically, by switching from ABBA to BABA every now and then, depending on the letters that are in the pool, I would be able to find some bingo. Like let's see if we can find something like that in the pool that would play through the A if I place it on the triple word score and not the B. Um, Not sure, but in general, there may be something lurking there that I want to prevent. So if I just do this, let's see what happens after that. I can still get hit with quaked plays that are a little bit scary, but they're actually, like, let's see, what could there be? SMAR. I don't know. It's even going to be hard for her to have a really good quaked play that goes or Quaker play that goes all the way through. So, and even then, I think I can overcome that. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and play this. This is going to leave 4 tiles in the bag. It's not really good or bad. Okay, I drew MOA, so let's just go back and see. Yeah, these 3 I's are going to be really difficult for her. Let's see, do I have any other? Yeah. Oh, right. I was considering this play before. I guess another hidden benefit of Baba is that it leaves this play in reserve for a really good score on the next play. I actually do have a bingo here of Amarone, but I don't imagine that that will ever play anywhere. Let's just quickly imagine, do I have anything anywhere on this board? No. I mean, that's good for me. I'm glad that I don't, that there's nothing available here. Almost, it would be interesting to fish for Zoomania if Nervules weren't there, but that's been blocked now. So the zoo plays that I've talked about a couple times before are off the table. So I think basically with the lead that I have and the board being so inhospitable for bingos, especially after Baba, which again it takes away that the easiest sevens line that could end in a vowel under the B of bee sting, that's no longer possible. So I'm feeling pretty good about this one. Okay, we got another move. The score is close. Let's see, what is the move? It is Mare. Nice play down there, and there are no tiles left in the bag. CDIIOOS. So bingo. Oh no, there isn't. I thought Cisoid was in there, but there's only one S. Okay, I think I should be good to go here. I don't believe there are any threats of bingos here unless I am missing something really bad. I think I think I want to block like Odic right here. So hold on, let me get my drawing thing. I think this is it. So I'll just show you what I'm talking about. A play that I do need to worry about from Rae here is something with Quaked. Where is it? Right here. This spot right here, ODIC, actually scores a pretty solid number of points. I still am going to be fine, but theoretically, I'm imagining that I'm supposed to block that. So basically, the way to do that is to play snare. Actually, I could play s'more if I wanted to. 41. So let's see. 41 points, leaving AAN. What does AAN do for me here? Let's look around. Nothing too great. There's a play for AAN. As opposed to, okay, so that was 41. Let's assume that snare is going to be better. That's 35. That's -6. Now, what am I getting for AMO? Might be better to take the points, actually. Just from a mathematical perspective. Oh, okay. So it's basically the same. So 6-point difference between the two plays there. And how many points different here? 20 versus 14, 6 points. Okay, so it really doesn't make a great deal of difference. I'm going to go ahead and play this just because I think AMO has a little bit more flexibility to score some points somewhere else on the board. Oh, here we go. Here's another good spot for AMO. So OGAM and Axis. So 2 places to score pretty well with that AMO after snare. So I think that's the direction we're going to go here and hope that I didn't miss a bingo for Rae, which I very much doubt that I did. All right, I think we're at the tail end of the game. Nice play there. Jeez. Isodica. It's a very nice play. It probably gives me a slightly better place to play Oma 22. So we're just going to do that and call it a game. So yeah, that was a great game. I got out to a fast start, a couple bingos there, and the board rapidly deteriorated. So Congratulations to Rae for winning the mod only tournament in the Scrabble Go International Fan Group. Pleasure to play you. And look forward to my next game, whether it's with the winner of the community tournament as a bonus round, or maybe the next winner of the mods only tournament in that group. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate it.